All right, friends, it's T-Man, and I'm back with another video. It's on JasonBlaha, our good friend. You know who, JasonBlaha, the strength, fitness, whatever, lifting, gym, lifting, recruiting, lifting slave. Oh, man. Yeah, it's nighttime, and he's still lifting in his garage. He lifts day and night. It's just a lifting slave, bro. Anyways, I'm going to review this video he popped up. It's called Most People Just Need to Work Harder and Work Consistently. Yes. If you're failing at something consistently, it's better to work harder at it so you could fail harder than the last time. This is just stupid.
Most people just need to work harder and more consistently in the gym.
Yes, so they can fail more harder and consistently. Get it? What the fuck?
Everybody, I thought I would chat with you guys and gals about this today, and this is something that needs to be said because I see a lot of people focus on things that really and truly might only matter for that last 1% for people.
Do you know how many people are failing out there just by working harder? What exactly are their goals exactly? What is their goal exactly? I know people that are out there doing things, man, they don't even have a goal. They're just like mimicking what other people are doing. Like, are you lifting because other people are lifting? Are you lifting for yourself? Or are you competing with other people? I don't understand people, what the fuck they're doing out there. Well, I gotta work harder than the last time. Anything that you do in this world that is not of nature is artificial. Everything that you do that is let's say man manipulated or man-made is artificial because it isn't of nature.
People who are competing at a serious level, in either a physique or a strength sport, right? Very serious.
Again, I'm not saying that I'm not partaked in that. I grew up in this artificial environment, so yeah, I'm part of it. That doesn't mean, oh, well, I'm so against it. I'm not necessarily against people doing these things. It is good for people to be aware of these things. I'm informing people. I think people really misconstrued. So many people are misconstrued about what I'm doing in my channel. They call me a hater, this and that. I'm really informing people. But I guess it doesn't work on a lot of people. Are really stupid still out there because, man, you get some stupid people that tell you, well, hyperplasia doesn't exist. Like, what the fuck, man? Science explains everything to you. Like, at least we have science. We can measure things now. We can examine. We have telescopes. We have microscopes. We can see things underneath them. You understand? We do tests. People core out muscles and they count the fiber count. They do a bunch of things with athletes. It's incredible the science where it is today with the internet and everything. Man, you're so lucky to have this stuff. I wish I had this stuff back in the day.
Competitors, people worry about a lot of details that might only matter to them, or they worry about things that don't matter at all, that are just a complete waste of time.
I used to have a GeoCities page. I used to put a lot of information, my old pictures and everything. But when they took GeoCities, they took everything along with it. Yeah, they took away all the good chats, Yahoo chat, they took MSN free chat, they took everything away. Yeah, these crazy social medias, they want all your information and everything. Yeah, even your emails now, they want all your information. They want to know everything about you. They took away everything that was good out there previously and replaced it with garbage now. I remember people used to go on these platforms called Elite Fitness. One of the first .coms was, what was it, anabolics.com? And then they had these books at the bookstore. Remember these, like, what was it? Oh, these hacking books. Remember hacking? And there was a whole bunch of other stuff on, like, drugs and stuff. I think they put them out there, these anabolic books or something for people out there. I don't know. It was crazy. Then they disappeared because, well, it's just everything's on the internet now, whatever. But, like, you should be so lucky to have all this information categorized. And you could just, it's at your fingertips now. You can find everything. Does science tell you how muscle is built? Yes. It tells you how to build muscle and how it's built. It tells you everything. And I mean everything, dude.
Hoping to get better results instead of just working harder and more consistent. And what I mean is people will try to go into pretty complex programming. They're like, oh, here's what I'm missing. I just need to be doing a 6-day a week push-pull legs program where we do everything twice, or I need to be doing this complicated 5-day split to where we have a push-pull legs and then an upper lower, and we need to have a power day and a hypertrophy day, right? They get into all these complexities as far as these different periodization models, or the amount of training they need to be doing, excessive amounts of volume, jump volume, instead of just saying, hey, maybe I should just be more consistent and train harder. Because again, I know plenty of people who've gotten to very advanced levels, training 3 or 4 days a week.
Just be consistent and train harder. Being a lifting slave. Get it? Like Blaha. Christ, man.
Less than an hour in the gym. And I want to be clear when I say that. I've known plenty of people in both physique.
I have a question for all you people. How do you increase your natural strength? I didn't say how do you increase your practiced strength, practicing at being good at lifting something. How do you increase your natural strength? What increases it, and how do you do it?
And strength areas who train 3 or 4 days a week for an hour or less.
I know why you're lifting, because you're not happy with your natural strength as it is right now. So I'm asking you, how do you increase your natural strength? I didn't say practicing at lifting a heavy weight. I said, how do you increase your natural strength?
Who are way, way ahead of the curve. But they're consistent. They're consistent. And they train hard.
Yes, they're consistent at failing and being a lifting slave. Wow, that's incredible, isn't it?
Other things that people worry about with their training, just trying to put in the silliest movements. The reason I'm not making the gains is because I'm not using this booty band or this specific device. Oh, look at these handles they made for me to do lat pull downs differently. As if regular barbells and dumbbells don't do 100% of what you could possibly need there, right? Everyone always needs a new angle. I'm not saying there aren't a few machines and things that are not really useful. Something innovative like a reverse hyperextension, but because it adds something truly special, it's not just adding a new angle, it is doing specific stuff to help prehab the lower back because of the traction effect it creates. And in fact, that's so good at it that people try to replicate it with other stuff, and I tell them you can't. Like, there's a reason that has a patent. But barring a few special things like that, they don't need all these special things. They don't need a special device. They don't need, it's this one angle, and that's why, because I don't have my a grip to where I can, instead of doing a full hammer grip or a pronated grip, I can get a 45-degree angle on this lat pull down. Now this is what I need. Or you could just do a pull-up. Okay? And that comes back over to simply...
Okay, Blaha, whatever you say.
Just training harder. In other words, if you are struggling to develop your lats, maybe you just need to every week come in and do some weighted pull-ups and actually get the bottom of the range of motion, right? You get the stretch at the bottom, get really strong at weighted pull-ups, okay? Get your 5 to 10 rep max really high, get to where you can use a lot of weight on it. Guess what? You'll have big lats. Your lats will be developed. It'll take time. And I think that's where people mess this stuff up. They're like, well, I've been doing that. We're like, well, how long have you been doing that? And do you do it consistently? Okay? Are you doing it consistently, or do you just take time off from it? Right? I see people who do that. They really mess with silly nonsense like, well, I try to do, because this one influencer showed me that I need to do this one arm cable pull down for my lats, like a lat pull down, but I need to line it up so that the angle of the pull lines up perfectly with the muscle fibers in my lats. Okay, so you quit doing the weighted pull-ups to go do this silly nonsense for 3 months. All right, how's that working out? This is why people don't make gains. They quit doing the stuff that they know works because they feel like it's not working as fast as...
What kind of gains? Lifting gains or muscle gains? He doesn't quite elaborate on that.
They would like, because they didn't put 5 years in. I mean, if it doesn't work in 6 months, then it's just not good, right? So instead of doing it consistently, like doing the actual real hard training, do some weighted pull-up sets to failure. Okay? Do 2 or 3 sets of those every single week, every week year round. Try to progressively get stronger at them. Okay? You'll have good lats. So instead they go mess with this other stuff.
Progressively get better at lifting. Yes, okay.
And then they're not consistent. So doing the correct things and training hard for a really short period of time and then going and messing with a bunch of goofball stuff and completely detraining the things that actually work while you go mess with this silly fluff, it's not going to work. Because I am of the opinion that these one-arm lat pull-downs that people do, that everyone's...
Silly fluff. I love this one. Silly fluff.
Well, you'll see influencers, well, it lines up with the muscle fiber angles, like as if that actually matters, right? As if that's actually how the...
Here's the thing. If unaccustomed and untrained and unfamiliar forms cause muscle damage, and that is what leads to the donation of more nuclei, that's what leads to more muscle cell development, that leads to more myofibrils, man, then... It doesn't matter exactly what you're doing there. You just do a lot of something. You do a lot of something, and you'll get what? This damage. Get it? You see what I mean? Now, does your form have to be perfect? Well, it would be good to be perfect if it was very heavy. You don't want to get crippled or injured. So that's when perfect form is important. You understand me? But again, man, that's in muscle damage, okay?
Human body works on the other end of a joint. Okay? No. That's not how it works, and that's not helping you. So then they quit doing the weighted pull-ups and they go do this. Well, now you have no consistency because you've quit doing the hard training that works. So whatever progress you made on it detrains, and you go over to making no progress on this other stuff. And then they come back and say, well, the weighted pull-ups didn't work. Why am I not making gains? That didn't work. You're wrong. The training hard didn't.
Weighted pull-ups didn't work. What gains are you looking for? What are these gains? Are you talking about hypertrophic gains? What kind of gains? Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy or myofibril? Myofibrillar hypertrophy. Which one is it? Remember, muscles can hypertrophy if you get more myofibrils. Now they also hypertrophy if you get sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. No, which one is it? It doesn't say anything. Or is this an increase in? Are you talking about gains in lifting?
Work. And then this biohack I tried didn't work. Like, yeah, because you didn't do anything long enough. You didn't do it consistently. Quit starting back over. Okay, the reason people only get 6 months worth of progress after 5 or 6 or 10 years.
I don't know. I'm assuming he's talking about being a lifting slave, lifting. You know how fast that lifting practice strength goes? Go away from the gym even 10 days and it already starts going away. Within 10 days or so, it can start going away. Yeah.
Is because they do 3 months of fairly hard training consistently, then they slack off, they restart, they have downtime, they have detraining, and so they just keep repeating the same half of their novice.
Since I don't lift, I'm not a lifting slave, so I go to the gym. A lot of my lifts are based on my natural strength. It's based on the amount of myofibrils that I carry. So, yeah. Some people are going to say, well, that's not strong enough because all you could do is a 500 pound squat. Or, oh my gosh, all you could do is 315 pound bench press. Or, oh my God, all you could do is a 400 pound one arm rows. Or whatever. Or you can only do full stacks pull downs on the T-bar or this and that. Some bullshit shit, man. Or you'd only do so much on the landmine or rows or this, or you're only doing 500 for deadlifting. Oh, you're doing 500. Yeah, but it's based on natural strength. It ain't based on fucking practice strength. Get it? If I was to practice at it, it'd probably increase it. It would increase even more. But I'm older now. I don't really give a shit about that. I'm more interested in natural strength and natural myofibulars. Not interested in sarcoplasmic, fake muscles, eating a bunch of a fake diet called carbs, which are not man. It's not man's diet. All right, your diet is fucking meat, is wild animals, and eating fucking carbs is artificial, and creating this artificial growth and practicing at lifting a heavy weight. You understand me?
Gains over and over and over. Instead,
I don't want to be slaved. I don't want to be slaved to practice lifting heavy weight. Get it? And I don't want to be slaved to sarcoplasmic hypertrophy to maintain it. I don't want to be slave to these things because they have to be maintained.
of getting in and actually working really hard, and keep in mind, if you work really hard, you can't do a lot of it. Again, that affects consistency.
Man, consistency. Yes, he's consistent. He's slaved. He's enslaved himself to all these things, to his garage. He practically lives in his garage. He's slaved himself to lifting. For the rest of his life, he's gonna die lifting, bro. Get it? He's never built any real muscle, and anything he's got there, it's fake. He's slaved himself to his fake gains, whatever tiny gains he has, which is minimal. He's suffering from sarcopenia, the loss of satellite cells, because they go down as you get older, plus he's diminishing them. He's how should I put it? He's used them up, all right, because he's a lifting slave. And he takes TRT to move these weights. So it's not even his practice strength or his natural strength. It's phony.
They try to do too much of it instead of the right amount. Then they get burned out, and they either need to change completely what they're doing to something far inferior, which means they lose muscle and lose strength, or they just take a break because they need a break because they're burned out from trying to
That's like Blaha. He's losing it. Sarcopenia, osteosarcopenia, probably.
do too much instead of coming over and saying, maybe I just need to train hard consistently for years.
Yeah,
That's your solution. That is the solution. Really,
yeah, guys, that's the solution to being fucking more failure. Just be consistent at failing.
truly is. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys and gals next time.
Yes.
Why get a Google Career Certificate?
I went online.
It's misinformative, as usual, like all his videos. To misinform you, get it? That's the point of them. To misinform you. I hope that helped, man. See you in the next one. Tell us what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.